on, Dr. Pittman?
What's up, Dr. Pate? We're back, episode 5.
Season 1, episode 5.
Yeah, this has been fun. We always say that, but it's fun. This is what we do.
It is fun. I hope y'all are having fun because we are having a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're having a blast. And I think when you can get together with friends, even when you just do like a check-in, because I'm a checker-inner. Like I check in on people. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Boom, boom. And it just kind of resets the tone, So I love when like I check in with a friend and they're like maybe feeling one way. Then by the end of the call, we're both just feeling like reset,
I'm trying to be a checker-inner, but I'm so long-winded, it becomes these 2-hour long check-ins. Yeah. So it's hard for me. And I can't, if I checked in with all of my close friends and family, I'm on the phone for 12 hours.
Yeah.
So it's really hard for me. So y'all, it's not personal. I love y'all. Y'all know I do. But I know me, and we'll be on the phone all day.
I know. I have a friend I call. We talk weekly, and every time we talk, we're in the car, on the move, like doing something, going somewhere. And that's when I think to check in. Like, let me check in with boom, boom, boom. But it's a nice reset for me. It's a feel good because I love to laugh with my friend. We cut up, and it's just fun.
Mm-hmm. It's so crazy because even after we recorded an episode or 2 episodes. Or no, we recorded 1 episode, and then we talked for hours after that, you and I.
Yeah.
So it's like it could be a long thing. Uh-huh. So the check-in is good. I should adopt that more, but I have to figure out how to incorporate condensing it. Because it'll be a long thing for me.
Yeah. I feel like that's where a good subtle text can go well. Kind of just like a tap in.
I do that. Yeah.
You good? Yeah, I'm good. Oh, girl, okay, let's schedule something. Let's get it together.
Yeah.
And it usually happens. But
is your life revolved around schedules?
Absolutely. I'm thriving on a routine.
Today is scheduled.
Today is scheduled. Like everything is scheduled. Even when I look at night, I'm like, okay, how many I got? 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours until I gotta wake up, or I will be waking up, or awakened. Everything's on a schedule. But I think too, it's funny because lately I've been thinking about being intentional with scheduling the good stuff, not always being on a to-do, and I think we've talked about this in previous episodes, this sense of urgency.
Yeah.
But like, you know what? Let me be intentional about scheduling goodness as well.
Ooh,
right? Because you can look up and be like, man, I haven't kicked it with my people, or I haven't been on a date, or, we have to schedule goodness. Like, what's that like for you?
It's important to me. Like, I've learned, and I even teach my clients this, to schedule time to rest, schedule time to enjoy things, schedule leisure, schedule self-care, like adopt that and let that be a part of your daily routine.
Yeah.
So one, my life is definitely a schedule, but I'm very, very intentional about scheduling those things. And to the point, I'll have specific days that I take off just for self-care, just to make sure it doesn't get on the back burner. Because I've learned over time that I need that. Like I need those times where I recenter myself. So scheduling the good times and scheduling leisure is important to me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we in scheduling good times and scheduling leisure, similarly to like the stillness involved in rest, sometimes I just schedule, and I find myself encouraging clients to think about this too, just schedule space. So what I find is a lot of times clients will schedule everything that they feel like is a part of their routine or their needs. And then the goodness comes after. Like, if I have time left over, I'll put this in. It's like, I was like, what would it be if you were intentional about marking space and then putting things around that? So.
Oh, wow.
And so the space component is maybe not anything specific. Like I'm not, scheduling necessarily a concert or a date night, but just space to allow goodness to arrive.
Wow. I don't know if I do that.
Okay.
I don't know if I think that far.
Yeah.
But you teach your clients that?
Oh, absolutely.
Damn.
I'm all about allowing room for living.
For sure. You've always been that way.
Especially overscheduled, right? Like I can be overscheduled. So it's like, okay, like don't forget to live. Like don't forget to just have, like you see our house. Like we have built-in opportunities for like, there's nothing going on here.
That is very, very true. That is true.
You know, and the kicker is that's when joy arrives.
You know who utilizes that technique that you just mentioned well?
Who's that?
Shanice does.
Okay.
She really schedules time for joy. And then she invites people in it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's always a joyous occasion.
Look, we done binge watched a show or two. Okay. And just kind of, again, allowing yourself to just be.
She does that so well. Yeah. And you would think, shout out to Shanice, we see you.
Hey.
You would think that it's like this irresponsibility, but it's not. Because her stuff is together. It may not look like it because there's so much joy in her life, but her ducks are in a line and they're in a row. So I like that.
What makes you consider irresponsibility alongside that?
Because I think it's a perception of it. Like, I feel like there's this expectation that after a certain age or a certain point in your life, that life should look a certain way. Like these traditional like ideals of this is what life should look like at the age 35 or 37. And it's like, that's not always the case. And it doesn't mean that they haven't checked off their boxes. The boxes are checked.
Right.
It's just that priorities and what people deem as joyous is different. And I think that that's starting to shift. And I think she shifts it well.
Yeah. No, that's good. And so talking about joy, right?
Yeah, joy.
Joy, and I think there's a misconception of joy just being about like happiness. But a lot of times what I think about joy as being is receiving. And something that I found a lot in my clinical work is this anxiety around joy and allowing oneself to be in it. You know, it's almost like, okay, if we consider life as like these peaks and valleys, right?
Course.
And it's like, well, I can't really settle into this peak because I know the valley is going to come. So there's a complete glossing over of joy. And it's like, yeah, but right now what's happening, what's going on, you know? So even for you, like, has that shown up for you, this idea of things are going good, like, hold up, like, what's about to happen?
Yeah. We talked about this in the last episode, like the stillness, and I feel like stillness and then trying to understand and receive joy kind of like are connected.
Yeah.
Because you have to be still to feel that. Because again, it can be on to the next.
Right.
And it's like if you're constantly moving in that pace and that speed, can you really feel and sit in the joy? So I don't know. But I do, which makes me want to ask for you, what does joy like feel like? You know what I'm saying? Because we can say it, but it's like, am I just happy or am I excited or is this like a joyous experience?
Yeah. Wow.
I'm in my bag. You
in your bag. I got a little
I'm like,
a little tear welled up when you said that.
I'm trying to pull it in because the mic is restricting me. You know, I'm talking about my heads.
But the emotions are coming. Hold up.
It's okay.
Here's why.
Because if you're going to start crying, you know I'm going to start crying, so stop.
Let's exit out now. Let's stamp it out. No.
Cut the cameras. I'm kidding.
Here's why, and I reckon, and I'm not pushing that away. I'm not even pushing that away, right? Because I recognize, to answer your question, joy, and I really want to encourage people to get this, is both a spiritual and nervous system experience. And so when you say like, how do you know, what does it feel like? Happiness, I think like, this is good. But I think everyone can pinpoint a moment where they just felt like full, almost like, you know, like you're almost being like lifted off of the ground, and you have this spiritual experience where it's like, I don't want this moment to end ever. Ooh. That to me is joy. Happiness can be kind of surface and kind of like an external experience, whereas I attribute joy to being a very internal, you know, nervous system, spiritual gift almost. So when I'm in joy, I'm almost feeling like, it's almost like, It's almost like feeling high or something.
Yeah.
What one may say that is in terms of just like, I am not concerned with anything else but this.
Yeah.
And I think that's the pinnacle of being. Like, honestly, like what is joy? What would you say it feels like?
And that's the thing. On a personal level, I don't know. I don't know. Like there's those peaks of happiness, which is kind of why I asked you, like, what does joy feel like? Because I wanted to see, like, have I felt like joy?
Well, let me take it this.
Sure.
When's the last time you were in a moment where you weren't thinking about
Sorry.
you weren't thinking about anything else but that moment? And again, this is a clinical practice too. Like in my work, when it's difficult to pinpoint or find something, we can say, well, take me back to the last time this, and let's review and think about how that felt. So take me back to the last time you were in a moment where you were like, I don't want this to end. This is so nice. This is fun. I'm feeling good. I'm not worried about what calls I'm missing. I'm not worried about anything but just being here.
I'm going to be 100% with you with this one. I feel those moments because I have a lot of joyous experiences around me, right? And when you say or process it like, I don't want this to end, if I go there, I'll cry. Because it's like, I know what this feels like. I know what this does for me and my spirit. I don't want this to end.
Yeah.
So the grief will set in. So I kind of remove myself from it to where it was just a good time. I went all the way there.
You see how easily we can talk ourselves out of joy?
Joy.
But I think you're highlighting that when is the shoe gonna drop experience of like, you know what? I don't even want to feel something that I know is gonna end.
When is this over?
When it's gonna end, it's gonna be over. Why am I allowing myself? So then the question becomes, how do we allow ourselves to receive joy when it shows up? So I think it's layered. I think on the front end, it's like recognizing when joy arrives.
Yeah.
And then, because I almost heard you, Greg, say, I feel the joy and then I get drastically uncomfortable.
Yeah. And you're 100% correct. 2, I've gotten way better at it because I'm a clinician now.
Yeah.
But I remember distinctively in the past, like, removing myself from that because it's like, when is this going to end? Because things end. And this is an experience that I know, like, I think now of like my college experiences.
Yeah.
Joyous. Like
a stream of joy.
It's just, I can't find the words to describe what North Carolina Central University was for me. Whew. Shout out to my school. Shout out to concessions at Jazz. Got the alumni. All this and all that. But yeah, shout out to NCCU. But I remember what that did right here, Josh laughing. I remember what that did for me. And that, I look at school and my college experience as like, it was nothing else like it.
Why do you think that is?
A lot of things like freedom, just irresponsibility, but still responsible because I still went to class. I still graduated. I still got all my degrees, my accolades, but I was able to have fun with my peers and just be unruly, and this school protected us.
You know what I was hearing when you said that, and since we shouting out school, shout out to UNC Chapel Hill. Carolina. I almost heard you say in college, and that's very developmental.
Yeah.
You're allowed to do that.
Yes.
Right? You're allowed to not have to think or worry about certain things.
You can be irresponsible.
You can be free.
They're going to make sure you're straight.
Yeah. You know, and so there's this, and so it's so conducive to experiencing joy because, again, like I feel like when you're in a sense of joy, everything else around you just kind of melts away. But now, when you're in a bigger world where you have these responsibilities and you have these things, and you have more life experience around the fact that things are going to happen, it almost feels a lot less like seems to be a lot less permission to be basking in joy, right? So how do we receive joy, right? So it's this idea of like, if we're praying for things even, hoping for things, asking God to bless us with things, but yet we're almost putting up a wall towards like receiving them. Like how do those two things coincide? How can we ask for something and then be in a position of feeling like we can't fully receive it?
When I hear you ask that, the thing that comes up for me is how we ask for these things and we receive them, but we remove our emotional experience from what happens. Because once you receive those things, there is an emotional experience, but we remove that piece because joy can feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, I asked for this and I have it. I don't even know what to do with this. This is like this abundance of all these things. And it's too much for me to handle. Let me pull the emotions out of it.
Right.
And I think that that's what I hear when you ask that question. Like, let me remove my emotions.
I love that because you're bringing out the clinical piece, right? And how our bodies and our minds do so many things that we aren't even like aware of or that they just naturally do because so there's something called negativity bias, right?
Ooh.
Where it's like the brain kind of naturally and inherently scans for threats constantly.
Say that one more time, please.
Negativity bias, right? Another natural kind of this is why the mind body connection is so important.
So important.
The brain kind of naturally scans for threats. It's like we're always on alert. There's this hypervigilance of like, what's going on? This paranoia that something is going to harm us.
Yeah.
And so when we're close to joy or when we feel joy, it does feel drastically uncomfortable, which is the threat that says, oh, back away. This ain't for you. Don't receive it. What you were mentioning earlier.
Let me remove the emotions.
Let me remove the emotions. So a lot of the work is let me allow myself to build up a familiarity with the discomfort involved in joy and realize that it's not a threat and that although it feels wrong, it's not wrong. You know, what does it feel like to begin to allow ourselves to be in the discomfort of joy or that fear that, okay, the other shoe is going to drop. And I know you see this. You see in our clients, you know, when the struggle is over, when the relationship comes, when the job comes, when the opportunity comes, it's almost like people allow themselves to be there for a split second and then they're like, okay, what's going to happen next? It's like, hold up, we just got here. Can we take a beat to celebrate for a moment?
Maya, you're in my sessions right now with first off, everything you just said was immaculate, right? Number one. Two, there are some sessions I have with clients that are merely that. Because they've done the work, especially with our long-term clients. Shout out to y'all again, because y'all hold this down, hold y'all down. They've gotten to a point where life is good.
Yeah.
And the sessions are managing that.
Ooh. They're receiving.
They're receiving. Because you've done the work. You can't sit with me for 2-3 years and you ain't did the work. It ain't gonna work like that. No. I know how I am as a clinician. We're gonna do the work. But once you get to the place where the pieces of the puzzle are puzzling and piecing together, you're like, okay, I've never experienced this. It's on a consistent basis. Like the shoe hasn't dropped. 6, 7, 8, 9 months later, 2 years later, life is still good. I have to really sit and receive this because I've never experienced this ever in my life.
Yeah.
And sometimes, again, the sessions are those reminders. Like, okay, where are we? How are things going? How are you managing? And then at the end, I'm like, and I say this, and they know I say, at the end, I'll be like, so life is good.
Yeah.
They're like, it is. I'm like, cool. See you in a month.
See you in a month.
And they're like, wait. I'm like, yeah. See you in a month.
Yeah.
To check in.
Wow.
Mind-blowing.
It's amazing what happens when people get permission to receive goodness too, right? And not that therapists are giving people permission. It's let us work together to figure out a way that you can feel comfortable giving yourself permission to feel joy.
Right. Which is a part of the month piece. I don't need to see you every week to manage that. You can manage that.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we straight.
Yeah. And let me just check this very, I think negative thing that I've seen about therapy, which is, well, if you've been in therapy longer than a year, you ain't got to get, it's like, what are we living the same lives year after year? Like,
are we on the same planet?
Are we on the same planet? I mean, because my thing is, again, we've seen multiple different versions of people because now this kind of portal of joy that you've entered is going to open the door to a new experience of life that you have to understand how to manage. And there's this assumption of responsibility towards how do I operate in this new world? And that's where therapy and its continual process comes in as a major benefit to people's lives and their continuous elevation, right? But I'll get off my soapbox.
That's a really good point, though.
Yeah.
It's like, because you have to, the work that you've done in this new life that you created, you have to learn how to navigate the new life.
For sure.
Wow.
You know what else I see, given that, is I've noticed a trend where when people get to a certain place where they've gotten these skills and really they've just kind of shifted perspectives on many things totally, but yet the people around them maybe haven't. And I noticed this extreme like irritation that builds. It's almost like an annoyance, like, why are you still... And, you know, because everyone isn't doing their work. Just because you're doing your work, it's not the work of everybody around you.
Hello.
And so sometimes there's like this survivor's guilt in a sense of like, I'm feeling good. I'm in a relationship. I have a new job. I've, you know, gotten this blessing. I don't want to bask in it too much because everybody around me really isn't there yet. So I really can't enjoy it.
Wow. Which is additional work or a different type of work you have to do within this new life you created.
Oh, yeah.
Like dealing with the guilt of, I'm the only one seeing that lady or seeing that man. It's like nobody else is, so I'm like a lone wolf here.
Yeah.
But life is good, but I'm not aligned with the ones I used to be aligned with. Yeah. And there's some dissonance there.
It's some dissonance there, and it's almost like now you recognize this joy, you've gotten this peace. A part of receiving it is understanding and learning how to protect it. And this is where community is so important. Like, who are you around? And we can, especially like maybe with like family, it's well, this is family. You don't have to be in a continuous negative environment.
With family.
With even family.
Yeah.
You know, so there's almost like a revamping of your community and your, you know, a kind of a reassessment of your environment when it comes to like learning how to receive joy also.
It's funny. Even in that point that you just made, I have clients and I've worked with clients in the past that their lives have changed because they're so diligent in their work and they lose friendships because the alignment isn't there. And they're like, there's no way I've been friends with this person for over 15 years. And it's like, but you've grown and you've had different life experiences and you've unpacked some things and you've worked through some things. And you've had some difficult conversations to where the alignment isn't there anymore. So there's some grief that's attached to the old friendships and relationships that you've had that you don't really align well with at all anymore.
Yeah.
So that's, again, like we share, another process that comes within the joy that you find in your new life. It's
Everybody
dense.
can't go.
Everybody can't go.
Everybody can't go with you.
Everybody can't. Josh.
I'm like, where's the...
We have a live studio artist here, Josh. He's amazing. I just love having him here.
But, you know, so, and again, you know, the mindful mind, like, this is why I just am obsessed with mindfulness and presence because it allows me to not have to be in this protection mode all the time.
Ooh.
Right? Like a lot of understanding how to receive joy is choosing presence over protection. Like that, when that uncomfortable feeling arrives, it's an invitation to look inward, not to run away. You know, it's a, okay, flag, you're safe. Let's sit here.
Yeah.
Let's be in this. This is good. You know, so we have to kind of train our bodies, even in like micro ways. Like, it's like, can I just experience 30 seconds of joy? Can I just allow my body, and we talk about this with stillness, can I just allow my body a moment to just sit here and get familiar with what this feels like?
That's why that body scan is important. It sounds so elementary to me, the body scan. Remind
us what a body scan is.
Body scan to me is when you build the physical, mental, and emotional awareness of your body and how it's responding to any external situation.
Yeah.
In the sense of, again, you've developed this skill to where you're able to scan top to bottom how you feel, the temperature in your body, if there's any like physical ailments, if there's any over here like if there's any it's like tightness, like you are fully aware of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally at any point of the day, at any time. And again, it's a skill. It's just like I'm doing body scans right now. you gotta like start adjusting. It's a thing.
Yeah.
And the more that you practice it, the more it becomes a familiar and a regular process for you.
Wow.
And I think that, again, like you said, the mind and the body are so connected. That aligns with understanding your mental health, receiving joy, and being able to navigate around it. So it's a skill.
Yeah.
For sure.
And a practice. All of this is practice.
All of this is practice.
And not for nothing, before we kind of give someone insight through a letter, I've had moments where clients have maybe shown up on the tail end of a crisis and they're like, this thing happened and I tried to do, and it's like, yeah, I can imagine that was difficult trying to access skills that you haven't practiced in the moment. Mm-hmm. Like, could you imagine someone saying, Greg, we need you to be on the lineup for the Clippers right now?
I could.
You would be out there looking up.
I was like, what? This is like an example. I'm sitting over here like, wait, what?
You wouldn't know what to do.
I wouldn't know where to start.
But at least if you said, okay, you've got 6 months of practice and then you're going to come out with, I don't know why I chose the Clippers of all people. Maybe it's the red.
Maybe it's the red.
But you may not feel fully ready, but you would feel at least a little equipped to say like, oh, okay. At least I can go out. I can figure out something.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
So again, if we're going to be really taking care of ourselves, the practice needs to happen so that we can prepare for these moments. Because it's going to be very difficult to access them in moments. Because again, there are a lot of natural processes that are going to take place when we feel like we're facing a threat. But we got a letter.
And I wanted to add to that really quick.
Yeah.
I think what you just shared is another example of some of the things and the skills that you build in therapy. So it's not just a mirror. It's not just talking.
Yeah.
It's understanding these concepts, but it's also learning the skills to be able to practice these things outside of those sessions. So what you just shared was very clinical, of course.
Because our clients bring notebooks in.
Oh, my homework.
They're like, say their last thing.
They're like, so what's the last part again?
And so this week we can do the.
And then it's like, so the body scan starts like when? Like it should be that way.
Yeah, it should be that way.
For me, it's gonna be that way because people do things differently. I think it should be that way.
Yeah.
It's skill building and teaching, and so
absolutely,
I'm with it. But yeah, so we got another letter.
Yeah.
It's about joy. So this is good. This is good. I'll hop right in. All right. So dear Full Circle, I'm a 41-year-old father of one, and for the first time in life, I'm not struggling. My son is doing well. My career finally feels stable, and I've been in therapy for the last 2 years doing real work on myself.
Wow.
I'm in a good relationship with a woman who actually sees me, and still I feel like I'm waiting on something to go wrong. Wow. I'll be watching a movie with my son or eating dinner with my partner, and out of nowhere, I get this tightness in my chest. Not from stress, but almost like guilt. Like I shouldn't be this happy, or like I shouldn't be used to being in a moment that doesn't require me to fix something.
Ooh.
I grew up in a survival home. My family always had to find and make a way. So now that things are calm, I feel like I'm forgetting something, or like I've let my guard down. Is it normal for joy to feel like a threat when you never really have it, or when you've never really had it? And I don't want to sabotage the good, but I also don't fully trust it. Wow. What do I do? And where do I start? 41-year-old male, South Carolina.
Wow. That makes me feel sad.
It does make me feel sad.
Why does it make you feel sad?
Because that brother is doing the work. It reminds me of my men. I talk about my men's group all the time. Shout out to them brothers again. I shout y'all every episode. But it sounds like the purpose and the reason why I started my men's group. Because we have a population of men that are doing the things. Like on paper, this guy is perfect.
Yeah.
But behind all of that, it's the survival piece. So when is this going to end? It's like, I can't even really enjoy it because in the most beautiful moments, I'm looking around like, okay, so what's wrong?
Right.
And that to me makes me feel sad too. Because it's like, again, this brother is doing the things. And then as a black man, like doing the things is hard. It's hard to do. A lot of black men don't go to therapy.
Yeah.
So to have a black brother that's present and he's in a loving relationship, an understanding relationship, he said that his partner, his wife, sees him. The brother also, he's a writer too,
Yeah.
but she sees him. So to have like this quote unquote perfect life, but internally there's this battle that you can't receive the joy in this, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is heartbreaking. And not for nothing, right? The important piece from like a psychodynamic perspective is thinking about growing up in a home that was about survival, right? And so there's that trauma piece.
Of course.
Right? It's almost like this idea that if I grew up or if I have familiarity with survival, then joy is almost going to be an indicator to brace myself. Like it's almost like life is not, and we've heard that there's this concept that to live is to suffer. But to live is, it's to feel the full breadth of emotions in life. And joy is a part of that. We can't just be, in suffering. We can't just be in, things that don't feel good. Life is about feeling what does feel good too.
Yeah.
And so I would even wonder with him, I would say, let's talk about what life looks like now, and let's just sit there, because sometimes it's hard not to zoom out, right? So if you're looking at your life and you're like zoomed out and you're looking at the whole thing at once, that survival piece and that trauma piece can speak so loudly that it can almost like cast a shadow on what's happening now. It's like, what is life like now?
Like the grounding and the reality therapy piece. Like, let's sit in this right now.
Yeah. Basically, like, this is not a drill. This is real life.
This is real life.
You really do have a son that's doing well. You really do have a wife that sees you. This is not smoking. This is real life.
I think in conjunction to that, I hear the term like survive, like living from a place of survival.
Yeah.
And when I think of the trauma that's attached to that, sometimes the psycho ed piece could be how survival mode it equates to inconsistency, uncertainty.
Yeah.
Like things are going good today, but tomorrow things have shifted drastically, and I have to adjust immediately. So when I hear survival mode, and I obviously don't know him personally, or he's not my client, but when I hear that clinically, I think trauma, inconsistency, unpredictability, and having to adapt due to things drastically changing so fast. And that is like the nervous system piece.
Yeah, I see.
To where I've been here before. Things were going good. The next day, things change immediately, and not for the good.
Yeah. Almost like there's a complete unfamiliarity with stability.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Which is scary, especially when you're a kid, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you don't have the words or the understanding to really fully grasp the experience of that. But you, as you can see, as an adult man, your body doesn't forget what that feels like. Yeah. You carry that stuff. And like you said, the body and the mind are connected. So it's when I hear that piece in the survival mode, I will, as a clinician, and if he were my client, I would be interested to hear and to kind of review what does survival mode mean for you? What was that?
Yeah, what did that look like?
What did that look like?
Right.
Because that's what's showing up right now in his present life with his beautiful family. And this beautiful dynamic he's created. His trauma's showing up.
His trauma showing up. And I would even go a step further and add,
Jesus
that
Christ.
was you was in your bag with
I
that
was in
one.
my bag with that one yet again. No,
His trauma seeping through.
His trauma seeping through. Yeah.
I would even go a step further and say, are there elements of your life now that lend itself to needing to survive? Can you allow yourself to do a scan and realize that there's nothing threatening here? Let's really confront and be clear with the fact that skill that you built back then, it doesn't serve this place anymore.
And then to add to that, is his motivation connected to the fear of that reoccurring?
Oh, yeah. And it has to, right?
It has to. That's it. It's so layered because the surface is joy and happiness.
Yeah.
And he's like, on paper, I have those things. But internally, I would say the body scan, internally, my whole nervous system is thrown off.
Yeah. And there's a lot of that work. So I would ask you, where would you start with helping this person, if they were your client, to begin learning how to receive the joy that has shown up?
The funny thing is, I was just thinking about, okay, like, what would I do with this client? Some would say, oh, you just kind of mirror to him that life is good and let him receive that. It's elementary to me. He sees it. He knows it.
Yeah.
For him, it's like I shared earlier, let's go back. And what did family look like for you? Was there consistency? Was there stability? Like really putting together those psychodynamic pieces to where he understands, okay, so this is why this is happening to me. Because on paper, it shouldn't be. My life is perfect.
Yeah.
So understanding to me and awareness is always important. So going there with him and really unpacking that, some trauma-informed care. Because you have to be delicate with that stuff.
Right.
Because sometimes survival mode for some people can be dodging physical, mental, and emotional and sexual abuse. That can be survival.
Right.
So you can't play with that stuff.
Yeah.
So being very delicate with unpacking the survival piece for him to where he understands it, he understands the emotional experience that's connected to it, and then he gets a full grasp of this is what happened to me, this is why I'm having these experiences, and then work on integrating that into, let's kind of reframe some of these thoughts and work on de-escalating these nervous system responses you're having, because this is this time where you should be joyous and you should be grateful and you should be relaxed. But I don't think it's possible to get there if you don't unpack the psychodynamic stuff.
That's why you're a clinical beast. Let's name the trauma and deal with this
and
first.
Deal with it.
Because a lot of, another thing, this person is in therapy now, but I even wonder, like, was there any work done then? How does one go from survival mode, which is I'm accumulating all of these skills to learn how to deal with myself, fast forward them decades to being in their 40s and now say, okay, yeah, receive joy. It's like, yeah, well, I don't even really know if I've healed from the trauma fully or appropriately. That's what I'm hearing you say. Like, we've got to name that trauma, because you're right. Are we recognizing maybe that there's some PTSD showing up here, post-traumatic stress disorder, that we can't just gloss over that and get to, let's receive joy. No, let's deal with that, because some of that hypervigilance and some of those physical manifestations of, not being able to sit in this moment could be attributed to post-PTSD or any other disorder or condition, right? So that's good. That's really good. And I think it's so important that you got to go back and you got to park there. And also, too, a lot of things that don't have names are very scary, So again, when you're talking about naming the trauma, it's like, let's understand really what that was, so that it's not this big kind of elephant in the room that we don't know what it is or what it was. So that's good. It's
like when you go to the doctor, you're going for answers.
Yeah.
I'm having this experience. I feel it. But what is this?
Right.
I say this all the time. It's a medical model. Therapy should be a medical model.
Yeah.
Based in clinical insight, based in research. Like, it's a medical model. So when people come in, and he's seen a therapist, so he's like, I'm having this experience. I know what's happening to me, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
So I'm coming for answers. And it's our job as clinicians to educate and build awareness as a tool for clients to be able to work through and to adjust.
Yeah.
So again, you have to be a strong clinician. This is a client that needs a strong clinician.
Right. And allow context to be involved.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. Because we're reading, we don't know what he's been through.
We don't. A good clinician could be able to see this and know, okay, something's blocking him. What is the block? But you have to really be skilled and trained to walk this client through this. And I think we talked about this a while ago, but one of the skills as a clinician also is to be patient as you walk someone through trauma.
Yeah.
Because it could be significant to where it may not be a 1, 2, 3 session thing. It may be 1, 2, 3, 5 months.
Yeah.
Years. To where they finally say, okay, this is what really happened. And that's okay.
It is totally okay.
But it takes a skilled clinician to be able to walk someone through this, because it sounds like his trauma is significant.
No, absolutely. And another thing too that's involved in these things, we're talking about joy, but I think we have to be mindful of when toxic positivity shows up as well. And toxic positivity is this idea that everything's good. Like everything is okay. Like life is good. Life is supposed to feel good. Like that's it. I think the reality is that life is going to come with it. The struggle will arrive.
It's going to.
You can bet your bottom dollar. A valley is going to come. But instead of being, we're like, when is it going to come? No, we already know that it's going to come. And I know, like, if I must experience a valley at some point, let me at least enjoy the peak. Like, can we reframe and say, like, you know what?
Wow.
Let me, build up my memory bank to know what this feels like too, because I'm already going to know what the other side feels like. And so there's no elimination of the negative here. There's no saying like, oh, everything's good now, you're going to ride off into the sunset. Things are going to happen.
That's
right?
life.
That's life. But you allowing yourself to experience this joy may be a part of what's going to allow yourself to get through that valley. So if you bypass it, you're almost like skimping your toolbox by doing that. It's like they say, like when we lose someone, it's like the memories carry you through that. Those moments where you allowed yourself to have joy with that person is what's also going to come in handy when you potentially lose that person or things change.
Wow.
So the full scope of life and emotional experience has to be, placed in front of someone.
And those joyous moments kind of give you the strength to be able to work through and get through the valleys.
I gotta fill up this joy because that's a part of what this life is about too.
Wow.
Something to think about.
What?
So what's your full circle moment with this?
That. No, it's forcing myself to really enjoy the peaks, because the valleys are going to come. But not the valleys are going to come. Not that. It's the valleys come. But these peaks that I've had and I've been able to experience, let me really enjoy that. Enjoy it. There's joy in those. That will give me the strength to be able to coast through the valleys. That's my full circle moment. What's yours?
I'm going to choose joy every time. I'm going to choose joy every time because it feels good, because it is good, because it allows me to be in gratitude, because I know what a valley feels like. And you know what I mean? I really want to experience life in balance and in tandem with, the internal experience of joy. I think it's good for the soul. I saw something recently that said, aging gracefully isn't about how you look physically. It's about your spirit and how you feel. Yeah. Ooh. And so I want to be that. I want to be at the tail end of my life looking back and realizing like all my good days outweigh my bad days.
Right,
and I won't complain.
And I won't complain.
That's my full circle moment. But I love it. So like I'm encouraging people to not see joy as a threat.
Right.
I'm encouraging you to challenge yourself to being open to micro doses of joy as you kind of recondition your body to become more familiar with what joy feels like and receive that thing.
Receive it.
You know what I mean? Bask in it. And so that's what I would encourage to our listeners.
Yeah. You summed it up perfectly.
This has been another full circle moment. See you next time. Yeah. This life will give you lemons and will give you lemonade. Just take the sour, mix it with the sweetness anyway. One thing about ingredients, they all inside of you. Maya and G just got the recipes for you to follow through. And when you do, pour it straight up to the top, toast it on up with a friend. Sit back, relax a little, laugh how you'll begin again. We know it's hard to move when it seems like you can't see, so go ahead and hit subscribe. Supplement your therapy with Maya and G. Yeah, it's full circle with Maya and G. Yeah, always for us and driven by us, never really about me. Come full circle with Maya and G. Yeah, this is full circle with Maya and G.